So today we're going to talk about how to identify what's really going on. A lot of you are talking about feeling overall depressed or anxious. And one thing that I have found to be extremely common is the ... I don't know why. And it's very normal not to know why we're feeling a certain way. Sometimes we don't really have to have a reason. It could be just stuff that we've experienced in the past that has just become really heavy on us now, or it could be for a specific reason or for a variety of reasons that are currently happening, but we just haven't been able to identify why. So in this video today, I'm gonna give you some tools to help you identify what might be making you feel a certain way. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I am so happy to have you here. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. That way YouTube shows my video to more people, and the more people I can reach, the better, because you never know who might need these tips. And if you're coming back, I am so happy to have you back here again. Please like and share this video so that I can reach more people. As I mentioned earlier, the thing that I have been hearing a lot lately is, I don't really know why I'm anxious, or I really don't know why I feel depressed. A lot of times we're just not really in tune with what's going on. We're really not in tune with our thoughts, and all we know is just that we don't feel good. So one of the strategies that I use with my clients when they come to me and say, you know what, I've been feeling really anxious lately, but I just don't have a reason, is we go in and we try to pinpoint certain thoughts that they're having throughout their day, or certain events that are occurring throughout their day, or maybe something that's about to come up. And we kind of just go in and start talking about them and see what happens in that moment. So if you're working with a therapist, I would recommend, expressing that to them and letting them know that you're kind of confused as to why you're feeling that way. But if you don't have a therapist, I want you to invest in a journal. And if you don't want to buy a journal, if you're not a writing paper and pen kind of person, then most phones nowadays have a note section, and that works just perfectly in order to journal. What we want to do is we want to notice when we are having certain feelings. So if you're feeling really bad or anxious, or just really like tense, I want you to notice that feeling. I want you to take a minute to breathe into it and notice what's happening in your body. If you can pinpoint a certain area in your body where you feel it, so for instance, when I feel anxious, I feel nauseous. Okay, so if I start feeling nauseous, it kind of gives me a hint at the fact that I might be also experiencing some anxiety. Or you might notice the anxiety and then notice that you're nauseous. There's no right or wrong way. Just notice whatever feeling or body sensation that you're having, and then breathe into it. Take a deep breath in and pinpoint where it is in your body. Breathe out and see if there was any thought associated with it. See if there was any event associated with it. So that could be a past event that recently happened, or it could be a future event. It doesn't have to be recent. It could also be something from the past. A lot of times when we're thinking about certain things, we get hooked onto those thoughts. We really start to engage with them, and most of the times these thoughts are not necessarily helpful to us. So for instance, if I find myself getting anxious about the nighttime, okay, so the sun's starting to set and I'm starting to feel anxious. Maybe I feel tightness in my chest and I'm feeling nauseous, and it just doesn't feel right. Breathe into it and notice what's happening within me. And I might identify that I thought, oh man, I didn't sleep well last night, and now night is coming up, and what if I don't sleep well tonight? So we can have that thought, and thoughts like that come and go all the time. So we'll have so many thoughts throughout the day. But if we choose to take in these thoughts and believe them and engage with them and take them to be true, we find ourselves spiraling into so many different thoughts and making our anxiety grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Same thing with sadness. So we might think to ourselves, I'm not good enough or nobody will like me. And that'll make us feel sad and maybe heavy and weighed down. And if we continue to engage with that thought and find reasons and think about all the times that people haven't liked us or all the ways that they might not like us, then that engagement with those thoughts just makes things much worse. What we want to do is start to notice these thoughts that are happening. So by journaling, we can again feel that body sensation, notice the feeling that we're having, if it's anxiety or depression, sadness, anger, frustration, irritability, whatever that emotion is. See if we can pinpoint it in our body. So are you nauseous? Are you tense on your neck? Is your chest tight? Do you feel heavy? Do you feel drained of energy? So kind of try to connect those two things. And then see if there's any thoughts happening in the background. What were you thinking about before that came up? What are you currently thinking about? And then write that down in the journal as well. This is the first step that we're going to take into identifying what is happening and why we feel certain feelings. Again, most of the time it's not out of nowhere. It is related to something. And before we can get into being able to have these tips and tools to start letting go of these things, we have to first identify them. So try to do that. Take some time, get a journal, find something to write it on, and start identifying. Again, the things we're identifying is our mood, our body physical sensations, and then any thoughts that are associated with that. See if you can pinpoint what's really going on. Okay, and I'll see you next time with a tip and what we can do about it.